Hello guys, welcome back to our channel IELTS Winner. Hope you all are doing fine and preparing for your IELTS in the most effective way. So here we are again back with one more IELTS pre-listening course lesson number 5, and that is map completion. Many of you find it very difficult, but as far as I can think of, it's very easy if you know the proper strategies. Okay, it's very easy. You just have to learn some of the directional language and you need to have good listening skills, and that's it. These are very simple and a piece of cake to complete. Okay, they mostly come in section 2. Before we move on to our video, don't forget to subscribe and click on that bell icon so that you are notified with all the latest videos that we upload. And tomorrow, that is on 15th of April, we'll be releasing the prediction of 24th April exam, that is suggested and calculated question types for you to prepare the strategies and get some ideas on the essay topics, so that whatever question comes you know how to tackle it. Predictions are not exactly the same, but it is helpful to prepare you and to give you the knowledge of what type of questions and what type of strategies you need to prepare. So don't forget to watch that video, and also if you have not seen our last 4 listening course videos, go to the listening free course playlist on our channel and do check them, learn them and utilize them. With the strategies at the end of the video, you will get the practice questions, 6 practice questions for map completion, so that whatever strategies you have learned, you will exactly use them, so that then and there you will know where and how to use those strategies. To help you prepare for your IELTS in the better way, we have some of the most effective books link given in the description box. You can just go and check them. That will help you to solve and get 7.5 plus band in your IELTS. So let's get started with our lesson, that is map completion strategies, tips and practice. Okay, so first, how does the overview of listening map. So this is how our map will look. Okay, you'll be given a plan, means mostly a building, a hospital, a college, or any area, a map, a plan that shows different location of different things, like where is the cafeteria, where is the library, where is the nurse home, where is the operation theater, or a park, so where are the chairs and the benches and the lake, all those things. So you will have different types of map labeling to show you the area. Okay, so here is the question prompt. So what you have to do, you have to label the map or label the diagram. Then you will have the instruction as to what to do. Okay, so write the correct letter A to H in the questions 16 to 70. Okay, so you have to write the letter A to H. Some places in the form of in before the answers we need to write the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. Okay, so it gives you instruction as to what you have to write in your answer sheet. Accordingly you have to write. If you do not follow these instructions and write the numbers or names, which is quite different from what it has asked, that even if the answer is wrong, you are going to lose your marks. So follow the instructions very carefully and do exactly as it says. Okay, and nowadays even in map we get MCQs, so you need to see whether you have to write A, B, C, D options, letters, and be clear that what it has asked, how many words it is asking us to write, and all those. So read the instructions very carefully. Then there is a heading. Okay, Branley Castle or MGM Resort, or you can say Queen's Mary Hospital. So these headings, the heading of the maps, help us to fix our mind on certain set of vocabularies. So if it says castle, we know what kind of things, what kind of words vocabularies we are going to hear in the recording. So related to castle, so hall, a big hall, then you can say the archery room or the soldier's room, kitchen, cafe, all those things. So whatever a castle can have, we can have some sort of idea that what kind of word we'll be hearing and what kind of answers we may expect. So these headings are helpful to make our mind get ready of what we are going to hear. As we know that our minds, we need to play with our minds. So if it knows that what we need to hear, it will prepare itself for a better way and it will listen more carefully to those type of words attentively. So that is the only reason, to let our mind know that we are going to listen to these type of questions. These headings play a vital role. And then the words that are given in the map again helps us to listen to them and then get to know that we are going to listen to our answers. So these clues will help to know, okay, they will help us to realize that our answers are going to come. So now we are standing at the main entrance, or if we say near the south hall, near the south gate. So when we hear south gate, we can see that near south gate we have three options: E, H, C. So we know that when we hear south gate, we are going to at least hear one of the options. So our answer is going to be very near. So maybe they are talking about H or C or E. So any one of the answer. When we hear Great Hall or when we hear North Gate, we know that we are going to listen to answer B. When we hear river, we know that we are going to listen to answer A maybe. So these clues on the map helps us to get ready for answering the question or listening to the answer word. Okay. Next thing is these starting clues. These starting clues means if you are given this compass, if you are given this compass, that you will have an idea that which side is east, west, north and south, and hence when the recording is saying southeast, northwest, southwest, something like that, you know where you have to look. Okay, so if it says southwest, we know we have to look somewhere here. If it says northeast, then we have to look towards the river side. Okay, so this compass will help us to know what side we need to look or what the recording is trying to tell us. So these are helping hands. These compass or the entrance, this one, when you know where you are starting, it becomes very crystal clear that from where you need to begin and what you'll be hearing first. So when you are at main entrance, and if you're saying from main entrance, if you go straight at south gate, you will find. So you know that, okay, main entrance, I have to go to south gate. So either I'll be listening to H or I'll be listening to C. So this gives a kickstart. Okay, if you know where to begin in the map, it will give you a kickstart as to which one you are going to hear first, which answer or which direction you are going to start listening to the answer, so that you know that, okay, I have the map is going like this, or if it is going in the other direction. Okay, so the entrance will decide whether the map is going to go like this or whether it is going to go like this. So it gives us a the first step to start listening to the direction of where the answers are going to lie. So you need to give proper attention to the starting clues and other clues given on the map, so that you make yourself comfortable with the type of words and the type of things that you are going to listen and where to look for. So if you know that you are at Great Hall, so when you hear Great Hall, you know that you have to listen carefully for the relative areas nearby. When you hear river, you know that you are going to hear something about A, and thus you will have a chance to land into the answer. Okay, and these are the question things, and these are where you have to write your answers in the question. So be careful that 16, 17, you write your answers appropriately in front of the numbers. If you did not get 17, you got 18, and by mistake you have written that 18 answer in the 17, then every other answer is going to be in the wrong place, making you to lose very easy and correct bands of 4 marks. So be very clear, check twice that you are writing correct answer in the correct answer number. Now let's see some of the tips that how to listen to maps. Okay, you know where to start, you know where to begin. Now how we have to listen, how we have to tackle. So make sure to listen carefully the beginning. As I said, when you know that you have to start, if you know the start of your journey, you know how to take the route. If you don't know from where you're going to start, for example, if you want to go to your hometown and you don't know where the bus comes for your hometown, then it's going to exhaust your time, exhaust your money, and again you're just going to wander here and there that where you're going to get bus. But if you know that this is the bus stop where the bus for my hometown will come, then the next journey, the rest of the journey becomes easy because you have found the starting and somehow you will catch the route and you'll reach your hometown. Okay, so it's very important that you know where the map begins. Okay, so whether it begins at Smith Street or whether it becomes at Robert Street will decide whether you are going to go clockwise or whether you are going to go anti-clockwise or so. If you have no idea, if you didn't pay proper attention to the beginning, that whether you are standing at Robert Street or whether you are standing at Smith Street, then it will become very difficult to start listening to the answers because you don't know whether you are listening to F or whether you are listening to H. You have no idea because you missed the entrance, you missed the entrance point. So it is very, very, very essential that you start listening, that where you are standing, you have to keep yourself at the beginning place. Okay, because that is going to tell you the topic, that is going to tell you where you have to start and which direction you need to follow to get the proper answers of A, B, C, D or H, G, F, D. Okay, so clockwise or anti-clockwise. Read the instruction sentence carefully and try to understand and predict the answer. Okay, so before you start listening to the question, read what you have to do. Listen to the direction and match the place. And then read the questions. Try to predict the answer. So reception area, admissions, okay, fee office, book and stationery supply, travel agency. When you look at that reception area, so entrance is here and it is here. Okay, so you know that the reception area will be near to entrance only because by default, okay, as a common, by using common sense, you can say, by using common sense, we know that when we enter any office, the first thing we see is the reception or query desk, where we ask where is this, where is that. So it is going to be somewhere near the entrance only. So it will help us to predict that H or A or F is going to be our reception area. Maybe any three of this is going to be reception area. If we know that we are entering here, then A and H is the only option. If we are entering from Robert Street, then maybe F is the answer. F is going to be our reception area. So when you look at these things and you know the entrance, you may be able to predict the type of letter, the place where the answer may be located. Okay, so read the instructions carefully and try to predict. And whatever you're going to answer, you are going to listen in terms of a name of a building or a direction, an adjective, near to, far to, okay, more of the descriptive, place descriptive words you're going to hear. Very far from the entrance, near to the entrance, opposite to the entrance. Okay, so you are going to hear direction words and lots of prepositions maybe. Okay, and adjectives, verbs and adverbs. So try to look for these words and try to see what you can see. Okay, so if you are at insurance office, okay, if you are hearing the recording as insurance office, then you know that you may be listening to words like adjacent to, opposite to, in front of. Okay, these type of words. Just opposite to insurance office, just opposite to entrance office, near the lift. Okay, so opposite to, near the lift. So you are going to hear such type of directional word which will help you to locate your answers. So knowing these type of words are very essential. This one is very important. Just like a movie, when we see a movie, when we are describing it to a friend, we think that we are seeing it, and when we are describing, that person is able to visualize himself in that particular moment. That helps us to get exactly what we need. Okay, so try to visualize when the recording starts and it says now we are standing at the entrance. Imagine yourself to be standing here. Hello. Okay, so I am standing here. Don't go at my drawing. My drawing is very bad. So maybe I'm standing here at the entrance, Smith Street. So I know that I'm standing here. Now when you are hearing the recording, take the pencil in your hand. Okay, you think that this is your pencil. Okay, take the pencil in your hand and start tracing yourself. So currently we are standing at Smith Street entrance. Just to the right of the entrance, we have the reception area. Maybe reception area. So we know, okay, right, just trace it with your pencil. Right, we have reception area. Near the reception area, we have escalators, and between the escalators, we can find. So we just are going to trace. Okay, move your hand with the pencil and trace whatever is being said, so that and when you are tracing, at the same time, take notes. Okay, when you are tracing and you think something is confusing, write quickly on the paper, or if you are taking computer based exam, write it in the rough note. This will help you to guess if you have missed something in between, like you missed 34, you have got 33, you have got 35, and you missed 34. With the help of the notes, you may be able to write 34, because you have written something about 33, you have written something about 35. So whatever the words remaining in between, you know that that is going to be fees office. So trace. Imagine yourself to be standing with the narrator, with the recording person, and trace with your pencil the path. This will help you to exactly follow what the recording is saying. It's the best way to do listening maps. Stand. Imagine yourself standing in the entrance and with the pencil start tracing whatever the recording is saying. This is how I got band 9. I followed only this method. I traced my way towards. Whenever I heard something right, left, right, accordingly I moved my pencil. Accordingly, I used to move like this, then mark the word, and then I used to write whatever was I heard. And then I again moved and I traced. So this is how I always get band 9. I have written thrice and I have got 3 times band 9. This is the method that I follow. It is very easy, simple, convenient, and result producing. So do follow this. These are the most important words that you're going to hear in your IELTS map listening. These are the directional words. Okay, these are the directional language that we hear, that lets us know that where we need to trace, where we need to go. Okay, opposite to, in front of, behind, south, north, east, west, all these, next to, alongside, adjoining. So if you don't know what is the meaning of adjoining, then it's quite difficult for you to follow the map, because we don't know adjoining means uh, beside or in front of or behind. If we don't know what it means, then it becomes difficult to continue tracing the recording. So you should know some of the most common language of directions and place position of buildings or things, so that when you hear, you know how to tackle that and what it means and where I need to look for. Okay, then check your spelling. This is very silly tip, but yes, sometimes due to anxiety of exams and due to being in a rush to complete and move to next one like MCQs, we make very simple mistakes, like forgetting S, or forgetting to write something like silly A, E, I, O, U's. So you need to check your spellings and to check whether you have written correct letter in front of the correct number. So answer number 16 is A. Have check it twice to see whether you have written in the correct place or not. And then the answers always come in order. Okay, so number 16 will come first, then the 17, then the 18. They always follow the order. So A, B, C, D, E, F, they will follow the order. So if you miss one, do not worry, move ahead. When you get others, you may have a chance to guess with the notes that you have taken. And these, the villains of listening, the distractors. If you hear these words, be more attentive and know that your answers, your directions are going to change. So you will say, even though the cafeteria was located here, but now it has been shifted to somewhere else, and they will change it. Okay, so if you hear in the beginning, even though the cafeteria is in place H and you have marked H your answer, but they are changing it to some other place like B. So even though the cafeteria was located in location H, now it has been shifted to location B due to corona pandemic. So I did not hear the whole conversation. As soon as I heard that H is the cafeteria, I just wrote H and I just moved to the next question, looking what I'm going to hear. Then I am missing my right answer because there was distractor, there was a subordinator, there was an adverb that changed the meaning. Okay, even though, but, however, these connectors, okay, mainly the subordinators and connectors, whenever you hear them, listen to them very carefully, because they are the villains who will change the meaning, who will change our answer and location. So whenever you hear them, be very clear, be attentive, open your ears, open your eyes. Okay, now my answer is going to change. Okay, so listen to them very carefully. Look closely at anything close by. As we saw in the beginning itself, before that letters A, B, C, D, you will have some things like entrance and lobby and the main gate, something like that. So look at the close by things, because mainly you are going to hear those things first. Okay, near the gate, opposite to the gate, opposite the main hall, you will listen to those things very early. So you have those words to look out for, and you can, according to that clue, you can find where your answer is going to be. So it's very important that you look at things close by. So not only your ears, but you have to have open eyes as well to look. Even in real life, when we go out, we don't just look at the shop that we are going to. We look at the right side, we look at the left side, we see what is going there. And when we are describing, for example, if you are on a call and you are guiding your friend to some important, like you say, um, decathlon. Okay, so you are guiding where the decathlon is. So how you will say, when you go straight, you will see a shop named XYZ. Opposite to XYZ, you will have decathlon. We never say, if a person, we are guiding a person to some particular location, we don't just say him, go straight and you'll find it. He will never find it. That is the human nature. Okay, we are never going to find it. If I am new to the place, how will I find? If I go straight, there are so many shops, there may be so many streets, I don't know where to go. So when I am giving direction, or then I have to be more specific. So I'll say, okay, where are you standing? Okay, you are standing at ABCD. From ABCD, just take the straight street, then take a first right, and when you see at your left side, you will see XYZ. When you locate XYZ shop, just opposite to it, you will find Decathlon. This is how we give direction. It's the same thing with listening to maps or plans. Okay, it's just like saying direction to our friend. We cannot jump, so we need to tell our friend the nearby clues also. Like there will be a bus stand, then you will find a candy shop, then you will find a hospital, and just behind the hospital it is Decathlon, or that is the place that you need to go. So we leave hints for him so that even if he misses one hint, he can catch the other one and move to his destination. It's the same way here also. There are some clues given for you to identify. So if you miss one clue, you will get another clue that will help you to predict or guess the missed answer. And here is where we need to take notes. That comes into play, that becomes a hero. If you are taking notes and if you have missed one point, those notes will help you. So just imagine this, that you are giving directions and leaving clues for your friend. That's the scenario that you need to follow in your plan or map labeling in listening. You just need to see that where to trace and how to trace and catch all the clue that has been given in the map. Even the minor ones will help you to get to your answers. So be attentive, open your eyes and then look at them. Understand the context of the map, that is the heading. If it is like Queen's Mary Hospital, then you know you have to look for operation theater, and then the medical shop and the nurses room and the relaxation room and all those things. So you can, by understanding the context and the heading, you will be able to predict the type of words or the type of things you are going to hear. And take notes, of course, as I said, notes is very important. So this is what, okay, sculpture. So you know sculpture. Now when you are here entrance and you move, so trace yourself from the entrance. When you take a left, you will find something opposite to adjacent to study center. Okay, so you will find something. Okay, I'm finding something. That is one hint that my answer is given. Adjacent to study center. So now my answer is being confirmed by giving the nearby clue. So taking the left, you will find XYZ. Okay, I have found XYZ, but there is one more thing, right? There is one more thing. So whether I have to go here or whether I have to go here is confirmed by the clue given on the map, that is study center, because it says adjacent to study center. This is not adjacent to study center. It is opposite to a study center at a distance. So I know that I have to go for C. So it is confirming the area which I need to cover. So these helping hands, these clues on the maps help us to confirm our answer which we are looking. So I hope these ideas and these techniques are clear, strategies are clear. Now you just need to focus on them and follow these strategies to complete the task that is given next in the 6 practice task. Follow these studies. Okay, mark the take notes, then listen the entrance where you are starting. Place yourself in the starting place and trace accordingly as and when you hear the recording. Take help of the clues that is given on the map, which will help you to confirm your answers that this is that. And then check whether you have written the correct letter in the correct number. Hope these strategies help you. For more such videos, do subscribe and share our channel with all your peers to help everyone. Keep watching for more templates. We are sharing even templates, essay templates, and soon we'll be sharing our task 1 academic and general template so that you can get 7.5 plus band in your writing. So do not forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Do the practice without fail. After this, do the 6 practice that is going to come in the video, and at the end of the video you are given the answers. So check and see whether these strategies were helpful or not, and comment in the comment section whether you liked the video or not. Bye bye, take care.
Well, here we are at the top of the tower, and we're going to look at the view from each direction. Out to the east, the large buildings about 1 kilometre away are on the Olympic site. There's an indoor arena for gymnastics, a stadium for track and field, and a swimming pool for races and synchronised swimming, and also diving. If you look carefully down there, you can see the train lines. The Olympic site has its own station to encourage the use of public transport. There is also a car park, but it only holds a limited number of cars. The formal park has some specially created water features. If you look out here to the south, you can see a circular ornamental pond. And around to the west, you can relax and sit on a bench to smell the flowers in the rose garden. And finally, up to the north, if you look in front of you now, there's a lake with a small island in the centre. You can hire rowing boats at the boat shed, which you can't see from here. But if you look through the trees, you can see the cafe, which has lovely views across the water. OK, let's climb down now. We will go now and have a look at the nature reserve section of the park, which has opened up natural wetland to the public.
You'll hear the librarian of a new town library talking to a group of people who are visiting the library.
OK, everyone. So, here we are at the entrance to the town library. My name is Anne, and I'm the chief librarian here, and you'll usually find me at the desk just by the main entrance here. So, I'd like to tell you a bit about the way the library is organised and what you'll find where. And you should all have a plan in front of you. Well, as you see, my desk is just on your right as you go in. And opposite this, the first room on your left has an excellent collection of reference books and is also a place where people can read or study peacefully. Just beyond the librarian's desk on the right is a room where we have up-to-date periodicals such as newspapers and magazines. And this room also has a photocopier, in case you want to copy any of the articles. If you carry straight on, you'll come into a large room, and this is the main library area. There is fiction in the shelves on the left, and non-fiction materials on your right, and on the shelves on the far wall, there is an excellent collection of books relating to local history. We're hoping to add a section on local tourist attractions too, later in the year. Through the far door in the library, just past the fiction shelves, is a seminar room, and that can be booked for meetings or talks. And next door to that is the children's library, which has a good collection of stories and picture books for the under 11s. Then there's a large room to the right of the library area. That's the multimedia collection, where you can borrow DVDs and so on. And we also have CD-ROMs you can borrow to use on your computer at home. It was originally the art collection, but that's been moved to another building. And that's about it. Oh, there's also the library office on the left of the librarian's desk. OK. Now, does anyone have any questions? Yes, thank you, sir.
Hello and welcome to the free Campot walking tour. This morning we are going to take a 30-minute walk around the middle of town, and I will show you some of the landmarks and other places that you might need to know while you're staying here. Do you all have your maps? Good. Right, I'll begin. We're starting off at the Kampot Fish Market, which is where we are right now. Well done in finding it, by the way. So to our east is the Old Market. This is where many of the shops and restaurants are located. In the evening, this can be pretty lively, so it is a great place to have some food and a drink. From the Old Market, we will head further east past the Milano Pizza Cafe. There's a long park there that many old people like to use for exercising. This park will intersect with the main road through town. We will see a supermarket on the right once we reach the main road, but actually we're going to head left and follow the main road towards Kampot's most famous landmark, the Big Durian. Yes, this is a huge statue of a durian in the middle of a large roundabout. Just off the roundabout, we'll stop at a currency exchange for you to change any money that you need. This place has pretty good rates, so it is a good opportunity if you need it. From there, we will head back west in the direction of the river. We'll take some side streets because the French colonial architecture is really fascinating. I'll show you where the bus station is because most of you will go there when you leave town. It's between the Cynet phone shop and a restaurant called Jets. Finally, we'll end our short tour at the Old Bridge. This is another major landmark, open only to motorcycles and bicycles. It was built in 1934.
You have some time to look at questions 16 to 20. Now listen and answer questions 16 to 20.
Now, please look at the map I've given you of the Healthy Hearing Medical Clinic and Surgery. For those not familiar with our practice, reception can be found through the main door at the end of the corridor. If your consultation is booked with Mr. Green, you need to go through the main door and turn right by the nurse's desk, and his office is at the end of the corridor on your left-hand side. If you need to alter any of your personal details, please visit our secretary at the Office for Medical Records, which you will find next to the therapy room. If you're awaiting surgery, please first check in with reception before taking the first door on the right after you enter the clinic. Finally, in the event that you feel disappointed with any of the services we have provided, or have any further questions, please locate our manager's office, which can be found near the Office for Medical Records and between two closets. If you have any more questions about the Healthy Hearing Medical Clinic and Surgery, please do not hesitate to contact us on 01 256 111 111.
That is the end of section 2. You now have half a minute to check your answers. Now turn to section 3.
Before you hear the rest of the talk, you have some time to look at questions 14 to 20. Now listen and answer questions 14 to 20.
Now I'm going to give you a plan of the site, and I'd just like to point out where everything is, and then you can take a look at everything for yourself. I've already pointed out the river, which is on the left, and of course, running along the bottom is Woodside Road. Got it? OK. Now, we're standing at the entrance. See it at the bottom? And immediately to our right is the ticket office. You won't need that because you've got your group booking, but just past it are the toilets. Always good to know where they are. In front of us is the car park, as you can see, and to the left, by the entry gate, is the gift shop. That's where you can get copies of the guide, like this one here. Now, beyond the car park, all the buildings are arranged in a half circle with a yard in the middle. The big stone building at the top is the main workshop. That's where the furnace is, and where all the metal was smelted and the tools were cast, as you'll be able to see. Now, in the top right-hand corner, that building with bigger windows is the showroom, where samples of all the tools that were made through the ages are on display. In the top left corner is the grinding shop, where the tools were sharpened and finished. And on one side of that, you can see the engine room, and on the other is the cafe, which isn't an antique, you'll be pleased to know, though they do serve very nice old-fashioned teas. The row of buildings you can see on the left are the cottages. These were built for the workers towards the end of the 18th century, and they're still furnished from that period, so you can get a good idea of ordinary people's living conditions. Across the yard from them, you can see the stables, where the horses were kept for transporting the products. And the separate building in front of them is the works office, and that still has some of the old accounts on display. Right. If anyone wants a guided tour, then I'm starting at the engine room. If you'd like to come along this way, please, ladies and gentlemen.
That is the end of section 2. You now have half a minute to check your answers. Now turn to section 3.
Before you hear the rest of the talk, you have some time to look at questions 16 to 20. Now listen and answer questions 16 to 20.
Now I'm going to outline the improvements we have made in our efforts to make the experience even better for each and every one of our visitors. You probably noticed when you first drove into the car park this morning that there is now additional signage to help avoid confusion. The directions were not entirely clear at first, so we have increased the number of one-way signs indicating the correct direction of traffic flow. Not far from there, in line with our mission of giving back to the community, we constructed a brand new playground for the primary school. It is really something to be excited for. The equipment is state-of-the-art and includes swings, a small climbing wall, and even an obstacle course. Now we'll head north and take a look at the Science Museum. In response to our feedback from past visitors to the museum, there is now free information available outlining not only upcoming IMAX showings, but also natural wonders like meteor showers, eclipses, and other cool natural events. The Science Museum isn't the only museum improving the experience of its visitors. The National History Museum has added an entire new wing to its facility to accommodate the large crowds of people gathering to see the Civil War exhibit, Inventions Timeline exhibit, and other wonderful sections of the museum. The increase in space will definitely give a more calm, comfortable experience for visitors. And finally, Remember when there was actually a line at the mall entrance from the tube station? It was terrible trying to get anywhere from the tube because foot traffic got so backed up sometimes. We have addressed that by adding another entry point into the mall from the other end of the platform to disperse the crowd. So those are the major improvements we have made. Clearly, having too many people that want to visit and enjoy what our community has to offer the public is a good problem to have, and I am confident that we have made the changes necessary to accommodate the growing interest in the area. As always, we welcome any questions, comments, or concerns about the new improvement plan. In a few minutes, I will open up the floor for questions, but you can also contact me or any other board member by email or through the city website. Thank you for coming, and I now encourage you to stay for the questions and answers panel occurring between now and 10:30.
That is the end of section 2. You now have half a minute to check your answers. Now turn to section 3.